If it is safe to overtake a cyclist in speed zones up to 50 kilometers per hour, what is the recommended minimum passing distance? Allow a minimum of 1 meter. Allow a maximum of 1.75 meters. A driver should drive their vehicle far enough to the left to allow traffic to safely pass or overtake on the right, but not so far to the left that you are driving on a cycle lane or blocking or endangering cyclists or pedestrians. Where a driver wishes to overtake a cyclist and it is safe to do so, they should, if it is possible, give the recommended clearance depending on the speed limit area they are in. Which of the following driver behaviours is considered the most effective use of mirrors? Looking in the mirrors when there is a changing situation in the road ahead. Looking in the mirrors while taking action. Looking in the mirrors. Acting sensibly as a result of what is seen in the mirrors. Effective use of mirrors requires more than simply looking in the mirrors. It requires acting sensibly based on the information observed in the mirrors. What should a driver never do when an emergency service vehicle approaches with flashing blue lights? React quickly, safely, and carefully to allow the emergency service vehicle to pass. Brake suddenly or block the road. Pull over in a place which has enough space for the... A driver needs to know what to do when they see an emergency vehicle. A driver must react quickly, safely, and carefully to allow emergency service vehicles to pass. It is important to be alert and attentive at all times.
Why might it be dangerous to drive on a poorly lit street? Drivers can only see the traffic coming against them. It may be difficult to make out poorly lit vehicles in the dark areas. Drivers can only see the traffic in front of them. Traffic lights will not be working. When you are driving along a poorly lit street, you should take extra care and be prepared to react to hazards such as unlit parked vehicles.
What should a driver do when driving on a wide road behind a vehicle that has signalled to turn right ahead? Overtake on the left, but only if turning left a short distance ahead. Overtake on the left-hand side and carry on. Stay behind and tap the brakes to signal other drivers to slow down. Overtake on the left-hand side and carry on if safe to do so. You may overtake on the left when the driver in front has moved out and signalled their intent to turn right, and you intend to go straight ahead, provided there is enough room to do so safely and your path will not be obstructed by the swing of a large vehicle turning right. What is the recommended minimum stopping distance for a car travelling at 100 kilometers an hour on a dry road? 30 meters, 70 meters, 90 meters, 120 meters. The total minimum stopping distance of a vehicle depends on 4 things: perception time, reaction time, the vehicle's reaction time, and the vehicle braking capability. The recommended minimum stopping distance of a car driving at 100 kilometers an hour under dry conditions is 70 meters. From what vehicle's first registration date were private buses required to have seatbelts fitted? October 2009, October 2011. Under Irish law, private buses with a first registration date on or after October 2007 must have seatbelts fitted. Drivers should ensure that their vehicle seatbelts are fitted and working, and encourage. From what vehicle's first registration date were private buses required to have seatbelts fitted? October 2009, October 2011, October 2005, October 2007. From what vehicle's first registration date were private buses required to have seatbelts fitted? October 2009, October 2011.
In general, when turning right on a two-way road, where should a driver position the vehicle? At the far right-hand side of the road? At either side of the middle of the road? At the far left-hand side of the road? Just left of the middle of the road? In general, the correct position to be in before turning right is just left of the centre of the road. Where the road is wide enough, this position allows traffic coming from behind and going straight ahead to pass safely on the left. The driver should be alert for road markings which direct them to follow a certain course.
Before driving through a tunnel, what should a driver do? Turn on side lights only. Register at the first tunnel station. Disengage the Global Positioning System GPS. Check that you have sufficient fuel. If your route takes you through a tunnel, you must ensure that your vehicle has sufficient fuel to safely pass through. many penalty points will an unaccompanied learner driver receive on conviction? 2 penalty points. 3 penalty points. 4 penalty points. A learner driver needs to be aware that driving unaccompanied increases the penalty points to 4 on conviction. What should a driver who wants to turn right do in this situation? Reverse and get into the right lane. Turn right from the left lane. Proceed straight ahead and take a wide turn to the right. Proceed straight ahead or turn left. As you approach a junction where you want what would a lightness in the steering most likely indicate? Wet surface. Icy surface. Lightness in steering indicates a loss of traction. This generally happens when the road surface is icy. Ice provides a harder, smoother surface than rain or snow, so it is difficult to avoid skidding, and drivers should allow up to 10 times the normal braking distance in order to stop safely. What would a lightness in the steering most likely indicate? Wet surface. Icy surface. Gravelled surface. Smooth surface.
After exiting the motorway and coming towards a junction at the end of the deceleration lane, slip road, what should a driver do? The driver must always stop at the end of a slip road. The driver should continue at the junction as traffic on the slip road has right of way. Be alert for oncoming and crossing traffic at the end of the slip road. Maintain motorway speeds to the end of the slip road. The driver should check for signs showing a lower speed. Use the speedometer to make sure that they are obeying the reduced speed limit. Remember that the slip roads and link roads between motorways may include sharp bends, and they may encounter junctions and other traffic. Remember that motorway rules no longer apply.
After a heavy downpour, why should a driver keep a greater distance from the vehicle in front? Because required stopping distances are decreased. Because wheels rotate at a slower speed after rain. Because wheel spray may impair visibility. Because heavy rain can affect how well you can see and how well you can be seen by other road users. Because of that, you should slow down in heavy rain and keep a greater distance from the vehicle in front. What is the maximum penalty on conviction for drug driving? €3,000 fine and 12 months driving disqualification. €3,000 fine and 12 months in prison. €5,000 fine and 6 months in prison. €5,000 fine and 6 months driving disqualification.